When it comes to mid to small size Rolex models, the two watches that immediately come to my mind are the Explorer and the DateJust. I own both the modern 36mm Explorer, reference 124270, and the two-tone Palm Motif DateJust36, reference 126233, configured with a fluted bezel and a jubilee bracelet. After wearing these two watches for a while, I wanted to make this video to give you my honest feedback, and hopefully it can help you with your purchasing decision if you are deciding between the Explorer and the DateJust. By the way, big thanks to Autumn Straps for sponsoring this video, but let me tell you more about them later. Let's start with the specifications of the Rolex Explorer. This 2021 model comes in a 36mm case. It is 11.5mm thick, has a lug-to-lug distance of 43mm, and it has a lug width of 19mm. This is a simple time-only watch which has the Rolex 3230 movement with up to 70 hours of power reserve. The Explorer has a screw-down crown, and it is water-resistant up to 100 meters. The Explorer currently comes in two different sizes. This 36mm version retails for £6,100, and the one in a 40mm case retails for £6,450. In case you wondered, I did buy my Explorer from an authorized dealer, and the best part was that I didn't even have to wait. I just walked into an AD and bought it on the same day. It is a long story, so I have dedicated a whole separate video to tell you all about it. Link to the video on the top right hand corner of your screen if you are interested. The DateJust comes in quite a few different sizes. There is a 31mm version which is mainly marketed at ladies, a classic 36mm size, as well as a more modern 41mm version. The DateJust 36 comes in a, 36mm case. It is 12mm thick, has a lug-to-lug distance of 43mm, and a lug width of 20mm. Similar to the Explorer, the DateJust also has a screw-down crown, and it is water-resistant up to 100 meters. But unlike the Explorer, the DateJust does have an extra date complication. Housed within the case is the Rolex 3235 movement with up to 70 hours of power reserve. There are many DateJust options out there, and the price varies depending on your configurations. This two-tone model with a fluted bezel and a jubilee bracelet currently retails for £10,700. You will notice the case diameter, the thickness, and the lug-to-lug of the Explorer and the DateJust are almost identical, but the lug width of the DateJust is actually 1mm wider than the Explorer. I found that a bit odd, given all the other measurements are the same, and because of this, the DateJust does tend to wear a little bit larger than the Explorer to my eyes. Given how similar the two watches wear, a lot of people are struggling to decide which one to go for. I will give you my take on who might the Explorer or the DateJust be ideal for. But first, let me tell you about Autumn Straps. Autumn Straps is an Australian company that focuses on two types of straps, sailcloth and nylon. The sailcloth strap not only looks good, it also feels great in person. The strap tapers really nicely, which is a plus. The material Autumn chose is nice and soft, but do bear in mind though, the portion closer to the lugs does feel a little bit stiff at first, as Autumn added a few more layers in this area. Because of this, the strap does require some time to break in, but that might actually be a positive point because the thicker material probably makes it more durable. I also like the simple design, and I especially like this blue strap with white stitching. It pairs really well with my Blue Bay 58. This sailcloth strap can be worn in water in case you wonder, so you can always strap it on your favorite holiday watch and go swimming with it if you want. The other strap that I really like is this black strap with grey stitching. I think it will go really well with the Moon watch, or even the Moon's watch. I have it paired with my Mission on Earth, and I much prefer Autumn straps over the original strap from Swatch if you ask me. What is great about this sailcloth strap is that you can customize it to your liking. Autumn offers lug width from 19mm to 22mm, so you can be confident that you can find a strap that fits your watch. There is also an option to opt in for a quick release spring bar, which I highly recommend as it just makes it so much easier to change up your straps. and if you prefer deployant buckles over a pin buckle, you'll be pleased to hear that you can also order your Velcro strap with a deployant buckle. Atom also has a nylon strap line. These straps are made out of high-quality nylon, and I really like the subtle sheen on the material. The strap is very comfortable to wear because Atom made sure no steel loops are on the underside of the strap, so you wouldn't feel any metal touching your skin when you have the strap on. I'll leave a link to Atom's website in the description box down below if you are interested in checking them out. Thanks again to Atom Strap for sponsoring this portion of the video. Now, let's get back to the Explorer versus DateJust dilemma and discuss who might the Explorer be the most suitable for. In my view, the Explorer is a great starter watch. It does not have a fluted or a diving bezel. It has no cyclops, and it comes in a mostly brushed classic oyster case and oyster bracelet. But at the same time, it is a classic Rolex sports model, which is probably a lot easier to obtain from an authorized dealer compared to other sports models like the Submariner and the GMT. I love that the Explorer is so versatile, and it can pretty much go with any outfit. It goes well with a suit, but it also looks great when I pair it with a t-shirt and a pair of jeans. Another bonus point is that the Explorer is so understated. It flies under the radar, and I feel comfortable wearing it out and about. This means that I can actually enjoy wearing the watch. I would say if you are someone who wants to own a classic Rolex sports watch that you can actually wear every day, but at the same time, you don't want the attention that it might attract, the Explorer should be your pick of the two. Now, let's see who might the DateJust be good for. Unlike the Explorer, which only comes in a few configurations, the DateJust is a lot more customizable, so you can almost certainly find a style that works for you. To me, the best configuration is to pair the classic fluted bezel with the Jubilee bracelet. There are many dials that you can choose from. Because Rolex mostly makes plain dial on its other lineups, I figure I will go for something a little bit more special, so I chose the Palm Motif dial for my DateJust. Unlike the Explorer, where the case and the bracelet are mostly brushed, the DateJust has a lot more polished areas, which makes the DateJust a lot more dressy, and it does demand more attention. And if you have tried on the Jubilee bracelet, you will know how comfortable it is. Because the links on the Jubilee bracelet are smaller than the links on the oyster bracelet, the Jubilee bracelet hugs your wrist extremely well and makes it very comfortable to wear. If you are undecided between the two, I would say that the DateJust is perfect for three types of people. First, are those who want to own a watch which has all the classic Rolex features. I mean, you get the cyclops, the fluted bezel, as well as the Jubilee bracelet. This is the perfect watch if you are after the unmistakable Rolex look. The second type of people are those who really want to customize your watch to reflect your own style, or collectors who perhaps have one or two nice watches already, and are now looking to add another special piece to expand the collection. This is because there are many configurations that you can choose from in the DateJust lineup, so you are very likely to be able to find one that sings to you. The third type of people is, well, those who cannot live without a date complication. Since the Explorer does not come with a date, the DateJust would win by default. I honestly love both the Explorer and the DateJust, so I bought both. I got the Explorer first, and I just love how it fits on my wrist. It is very versatile, so it pretty much took up most of my wrist time. After wearing the Explorer for a while, I decided that the 36mm case is a sweet spot for me, and I started looking for a DateJust 36. Because I already have an understated Explorer, I decided to go all out and chose the steel and yellow gold DateJust 36 with the Palm Motif dial. I knew it is not as versatile as the Explorer, and that I probably wouldn't wear it as often. But that is exactly the point. I have my Explorer when I need versatility, and this DateJust offers a whole different vibe and purpose. I'm just glad that I am lucky enough to own both in my collection. If you are interested in a hybrid between the Explorer and the DateJust, but at a much more digestible price point. You should check out the 2023 Tudor Black Bay 36. I have discussed this Tudor release in detail in this video. Cheers!